Hey Ravens, Kurisu here with a deep dive into another preset build in Armored Core 6, Headbringer, piloted by everyone's favorite merc to dunk on, Iguazu. Let's dive in. Shout out to user Master Matoya for suggesting this build video. Is there an AC preset you want to learn more about? Let me know in the comments section. This video contains spoilers, so if you haven't finished the New Game and New Game Plus yet, you might want to come back to this video later. Iguazu is a prominent character in Armored Core 6 and plays a significant role in the game's narrative, particularly as an antagonist, embodying themes of jealousy, resentment, and ambition. Headbringer is unique in Armored Core 6 because it changes with Iguazu as he assimilates with All Might throughout the campaign, particularly in the New Game and New Game Plus narratives. Iguazu is a private mercenary working on Rubicon and affiliated with the Red Guns, the military extension of the part manufacturer Balaam. In his life before Balaam, Iguazu was a backstreet gambler who bet big and lost. As a result, he was forced into 4th gen human augmentation surgery and conscripted by Balaam to pay off his debts. His base AC, Headbringer, is built off the C3 Melander frame, which, as I mentioned in my Tenderfoot build showcase, is one of my favorite frames in Armored Core 6 due to its clean and iconic styling. Did you know that Balaam's part naming convention is derived from notable entomologists and ichthyologists, which is someone who studies insects and fish respectively? This is why the Red Guns have insects or fish on their emblems, with the exception of G1 Michigan, and with Headbringers depicting a group of ants carrying the head of a rhinoceros beetle. Headbringer is equipped with a balanced loadout suitable for a variety of situations, making it a fairly versatile AC. Its primary weapons are the Ludlow machine gun and the Curtis linear rifle. This combination provides steady pressure and stagger accumulation, allowing Headbringer to engage enemies at short and medium ranges with constant pressure. Headbringer is supported by the MLT-04 missile launcher and the SUR-8 pulse shield. The former is a cost-effective launcher capable of multi-lock, which is useful in missions. In PvP, the MLT-04 is a great steady pressure weapon for sneaking in damage and stagger accumulation, forcing your opponent into new positions, or expending energy by dodging. All desirable outcomes. The SUR-8 pulse shield rounds out this AC's loadout by providing Headbringer extra survivability through damage and impact mitigation. The SUR-8 is different than the more commonly used SUQ-5 or VP-61PS shields that leverage instant guard to cancel out damage. The SUR-8 has a negligible instant guard mitigation and deployment window compared to the other pulse shields, but attempts to make up for this loss by having higher regular mitigation, which is why you see Iguazu deploying the shield for longer durations in battle, instead of the parrying style favored by the other shields. For internals, Headbringer relies on the P04 boosters to stay mobile. While these aren't the fastest boosters, they are very efficient and pair well with the lighter C3 Melander frame. For targeting, Headbringer uses the Talbot FCS, which complements its weapon set by providing a balanced range of close and mid-range targeting, as well as good missile lock correction. Powering Headbringer is the Mingtang Generator, a fantastic power plant from Dafeng with great capacity and recharging capability. Over the campaign, Iguazu becomes increasingly frustrated with his position and reputation, feeling overshadowed by other more successful pilots, particularly Raven. As his frustration builds, he becomes more desperate to prove himself, mainly by defeating Raven, and thus becomes susceptible to All Might's influence. We get an early glimpse of this in the mission Stop the Secret Data Breach, where Iguazu hears a ringing in his ears that seems to be causing him pain or discomfort.
Ringing in my ears again. It'll be peace and quiet when you're gone.
We only learn later that this noise is a result of the C-Wave mutation Air, which for some reason causes him interference. Perhaps this is a side effect of 4th gen human augmentation, the same kind of augmentation surgery that Raven has. Later, in the underground exploration Depth 2 mission, we face off against Iguazu in a modified version of Headbringer with Mind Alpha arms and the laser orbit instead of the SUR-8 shield. In this battle, Iguazu refers to some kind of recent procedure, stating,
My ears. Not now. That quack messed me up.
Perhaps this is a reference to a deepening All Might assimilation? Did Iguazu go in for additional surgery or augmentation tune-up to defeat the freelancer that has caused him so much embarrassment? In the alternate Reach the Coral Convergent mission, Raven faces off against Snail and Iguazu. This battle takes place instead of Iguazu's ambush in the Depths mission, where he sends the assassin Cold Call to eliminate Raven. In this battle, Iguazu also pilots Headbringer with the Mind Alpha and Orbit modifications. We see a final showdown with a fully assimilated Iguazu and the Alea Iacta Est storyline, where Iguazu pilots the Mind Gamma AC. This AC is comprised mostly from All Mind parts, save for the Ludlow machine gun and SUR-8 pulse shield. Because this AC has an entirely different name, color scheme, and loadout, we'll leave it out of this Headbringer discussion. But it is worth considering that Iguazu is most likely using this AC after Headbringer is destroyed in the Convergence mission. We could assume that in this timeline, Iguazu meets his end here, and was assimilated fully into All Mind afterward for one last chance to defeat Raven. After Mind Gamma is defeated, Iguazu's assimilated consciousness switches to the IB-07 Sol 644 unit in a last-ditch effort to silence Raven and the C-Wave mutation Air as All Mind manipulates its way toward Coral release. With the lore of Headbringer out of the way, let's analyze and improve the overall performance of this AC. As far as presets go, Headbringer is a fairly balanced AC and follows my personal philosophy for building efficient, mid-weight biped ACs. However, I would make a few minor changes to get some better performance from Headbringer. First, I would swap out the underused SUR-8 with either the SUQ-5 or VP-61PS shield for more instant guard protection. Keeping the SUR-8 shield deployed not only takes away your ability to fire the left-hand weapon, but it also exposes you to increased ACS strain against certain weapons, like the very potent and prevalent Etsugen. If I had to keep the SUR-8 though, I would swap the Ludlow and Curtis slots so I can keep a charge shot ready in the left hand while deploying the shield. The Ludlow machine gun has seen some buffs as of patch 107, and is usable, but the recoil becomes an issue with the C3 Melander arms. You'll start to see reticle bloom pretty quickly if you're holding the Ludlow trigger and using the Curtis at the same time. This can be addressed by swapping the arguably better Etsugen machine gun in its place, or by switching to the Melander arms, which provide better recoil control. I do like the Curtis rifle, but the Harris is usually the preferred linear rifle for online match play. It also pairs well with the Etsugen. In the spirit of keeping Headbringer light and efficient, I would also swap out the MLT-04 with the Duo 2 missiles as a pressure weapon. This missile has seen a lot of use in PvP play, and for good reason. Its fast reload time and pincer trajectory force opponents to make movement decisions that can be taken advantage of in online play. And while I love the P-04 for its efficiency, the Alula or SPD boosters provide a substantial boost to Headbringer's mobility, with the former leaning into quick boosting tactics to dodge, and the latter relying on pure speed. Running the SPD might also make a better case for using the SUR-8 shield to increase defense while staying mobile. This setup also stays truer to the original build. The last change, which is purely preference, is swapping the Talbot FCS for the more expensive WLT FCS, which provides improved mid-range targeting and good missile lock correction, but has a higher energy load. I hope you enjoyed this exploration into Headbringer. Did you learn something new? Was there something I missed? Let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe for more build deep dives, piloting tips, and other Armored Core content. Thanks again to user Master Matoya for suggesting this topic. Take care, Ravens. I'll catch you next time.